Hello genius, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Filipino explaining. So in this video we are going to solve this amazing geometry problem. We have been given a right angle triangle with the sides n squared and the hypotenuse is n cubed, and we have been asked to find the value of n. Okay, solution. So first of all, for the first step, we shall use the Pythagoras theorem to connect these three sides of the right angle triangle, this n squared, and the n cubed. And we say that n squared, we use Pythagoras theorem, n squared, this one, plus, so we can put it this way, n squared is equals to n cubed squared. Right there. And now we have n squared plus n power 4 is equals to n power 6. So we bring this and this the other side of equal sign, and now we have n power 6. If this crosses the equal sign, it becomes negative. So minus n power 4, this one also becomes a negative, minus n squared is equals to 0. Are you there? Okay, at this point we can factor out n squared, and now we have n squared into n power 4 minus n squared minus 1 is equals to 0. So we want the value of n. At this point we have two equations. We have this equation, n squared is equals to 0, and we have this and this one. So this is n squared is equals to 0, and this one n power 4 minus n squared minus 1 here is equals to 0. Let's start by solving this. The first one, n squared is equals to 0. So if we take the square roots on both sides, we get n is equals to 0. Remember, n is one of the dimensions of this right angle triangle here. So if we say that n is 0, or if we take n to be 0, it means that the distance from this point to this point is 0. The distance from this point to this point is 0, since 0 squared is 0. The distance from this point to this point is 0, since 0 cubed is 0. So we ignore this solution, since this solution, if you take n to be equals to 0, it means that we are reducing this right angle triangle into a point. Are you there? It means the 0 distance. So let's consider the second equation. Okay, call this 1 and then this 2. We are done with the first one. The second equation, this one now, n raised power 4 minus n squared minus 1 is equals to 0. Hope you understand, genius. Hope you understand. So let's n squared be x. Let n squared be x, and now we have x squared raised power 2 minus x minus 1 is equals to 0. Since we have made n, or we have taken n squared as x, so if n squared is equals to x, means that here we have x squared, then here it's x, then minus 1 is equals to 0. At this point, we shall use a completing square method. Completing square method. So we have x squared minus x minus 1 is equals to 0. We shall take this one to the other side of equal sign, and we say that x squared minus x is equals to 1. Are we there? So we have, remember now, this is a quadratic equation, as I have said, as I have mentioned earlier on. So we are solving this quadratic equation using completing square method. Remember, we have different methods of solving quadratic equation. You can use this completing square method, the factorization method. You can use graphical method, or use the quadratic formula. Are you there? So I have chosen the completing square method, and now I'm saying that I'm taking this one to the other side of equal sign. Now we have x squared minus x minus 1. Here we want the value of c. Remember, here a is 1, b is negative 1, the coefficient of x squared here is 1, here is negative 1, the coefficient of x is negative 1. Now we don't have c, we want the value of c. We shall use this relation that b over 2 squared gives us ac. So our b is negative 1 over 2 squared is equals to 1 times c. So negative 1 squared, we get 1, 2 squared, we get 4, is equals to 1 times c, we get c. So our c is equals to 1 over 4. Hope you are getting it, genius. 1 over 4. And our equation here was x squared minus x is equals to 1. X squared minus x is equals to 1. And now we have c here, so we shall add c on both sides of this equation. And now we have x squared minus x plus 1 over 4 is equals to 1 plus 1 over 4. We have x squared minus x plus 1 over 4 is equals to 5 over 4. If we factor this out, if we factor this, these terms on the left hand side of the equation, we have x minus a half, x minus a half is equals to 5 over 4. Are we there? Now, this is the same as writing x minus a half squared is equals to 5 over 4. We want the value of x. What shall we do here? We take the square roots on both sides. We apply square root on both sides, and now we have this and this goes. We have x minus a half is equals to the square root of 5 over 4. It is plus or minus. The square root of a number is either plus or a minus. Are we there? Now, x is equals to a half plus or minus the root 5 over 2. Remember, the square root of 4 is 2. That's why I have written it this way. Are we there? So, x is equals to a half plus root 5 over 2, or x is equals to a half minus root 5 over 2. But now, Are you seeing? If you simplify this one, it will give you a negative. It will give you a negative. But this one, of course, will give you a positive. So we shall ignore this. And now we say that our x is equals to a half plus root 5 over 2. Are we there? This one gives us 1 plus root 5 over 2. Okay, but we have said that x is equals to n squared. Remember this one. Said it somewhere here that x is equals to n squared, meaning that this 1 plus root 5 over 2 is equals to n squared, meaning that 1 plus root 5 over 2 is equals to n squared. But the question is requires us to find the value of n. And here we have n squared. So what shall we do? We take the square roots on both sides. And now we have n is equals to 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2, the whole of this under a root. And this is the final answer. N is equals to 1 plus root 5 over 2, the whole of this under a square root. Why are we not taking this as plus or minus? Since I have said that the square root of any number is either positive or a negative. Why are we not putting here positive or minus? We have just taken it as a positive. Why? Because n is the length from a point to another point, and the length cannot be a negative. Are we there? The length cannot be from this point to this point cannot be a negative unless otherwise. Hope you have understood, genius. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for visiting my YouTube channel. Please, if you are new to my channel, or this is the first time you are hearing me or watching my videos, please make sure you do subscribe to my YouTube channel to support my efforts. Thank you so much. Take care, genius. See you next time. Bye.